Sometimes the greatest wealth of life is not money, but an innocent smile. And sometimes an innocent question outweighs a treasure trove of cores. It was a cold evening in New York. Golden light was glittering between the tall buildings near Central Park. There was a crowd of vehicles on the road. And in that crowd, a 7-year-old skinny child was sitting on the side of the road. His hands had turned red due to cold. His clothes were dirty, and fatigue was clearly visible in his eyes. He looked at every person walking on the road with hopeful eyes, but everyone was in a hurry. Some were going home from office, some passed by talking on the mobile. The child slowly stood up and folded his hands in front of a woman standing nearby and said, "Ma'am, please, give me something to eat." His voice was trembling. He was not asking for anything else, just food. At that very moment, a long black car stopped on the same road. A couple got down from the car. The man was wearing an expensive suit. It was a shawl, and the woman had wrapped a fur shawl over her overcoat. These were David and Amelia, well-known millionaires of New York, whose names were often printed in newspapers and on TV. The child's voice reached their ears. David first thought, "He is begging." But Amelia froze right there. She looked into the child's eyes. There was no greed, no cunning, just hunger and innocence. Amelia bent down and said, "What is your name, son?" The child replied in a low voice, "Adam." Amelia's heart melted. She tried to take money out of her purse, but Adam immediately shook his head. "No, ma'am, I don't want money. I just want food. I will also work, but please, I want food." David and Amelia both were stunned to hear this. Amelia closed her eyes for a moment after hearing Adam. It was as if an old memory echoed in her ears. 8 months ago, their only son Alex had left this world due to pneumonia. Since then, their luxurious house had everything: money, luxury, cars, but the echo of a child's innocent laughter had disappeared. Amelia remembered his every question, his every insistence. And today suddenly, this stranger child was standing in front of her. The same innocent eyes, the same hunger, the same helplessness. Amelia said in a trembling voice, "Adam, son, come inside. You will not have to stay hungry." Adam stepped back as if he was scared. "No, no, ma'am, don't cheat me. If you want work to be done, tell me, but give me food first. I don't eat without working." David's eyes widened. "A 7-year-old child and so much understanding," she said softly. "Son, who taught you not to eat food earned through hard work?" Adam replied innocently, "My mother used to say, only food earned through hard work is real food. Mother is no longer in this world, but I never forget her words." On hearing this, tears welled up in Amelia's eyes. She held Adam's hand and said, "Come, let's eat now. You can do the work later." They took him with them to a nearby restaurant. Warm lights, great atmosphere, and people all around dressed in expensive clothes. Adam was walking slowly, as if he could not believe that he could sit here. The waiter asked, "Madam, what should I serve?" Amelia looked at Adam lovingly. "Son, tell me, what would you like to eat?" Adam said hesitantly, "Madam, if I get just one bread and some soup, it will be enough." David's eyes filled with tears. He told the waiter, "Give him the best and as much as he wants." In a few minutes, the food was served on the table. Adam looked at the plate for the first time, as if he was looking at a treasure. Before eating, he slowly closed his eyes and muttered, "Thank you, Mother. ... Amelia immediately held his hand. "Son, I am your mother now. You are not alone now." David and Amelia kept looking at each other. It seemed as if a wound inside both their hearts started healing slowly. After finishing the food, Adam looked straight at her and said, "Now tell me, what work is there to do? Should I clean the table? Should I wash the dishes? Or should I wash the car outside?" Something got stuck in David's throat, said in a trembling voice, "Adam, there's a lot of work, but first tell me, where do you live? Which is your house?" Adam's eyes lowered. "My home. Now no one is there. Both my parents left, then some relatives kept me, but they used to beat me. I ran away and took the road to the city. Sometimes I sleep here, sometimes there. I just know that if I can work and get food, then I will survive." Amelia suddenly hugged Adam. Her tears were falling on Adam's hair. She said in a low voice, "No, son. Now you will not have to live on the streets. From today, this house, this heart. Everything is yours. David also patted his back. We will send you to school. We'll make you study. And yes, you will never feel hungry. Adam looked at both of them. His eyes were shining. Can I really go to school? My father used to say that education makes a person great. Amelia caressed his cheeks. Yes, son. Now your dream will come true. Now you are our son. That night, David and Amelia slept smiling for the first time in months, and an innocent voice echoed again in the empty walls of their house. The next morning, David and Amelia took Adam to their house and first of all decorated a small room for him. The room had paintings of cartoon characters on the walls, a soft bed, a cupboard, and sunlight coming through the window. Adam's eyes widened after seeing all this. He gently stroked the bed and said, Is this really mine? No one will throw me out, will they? Amelia immediately sat down beside him and said with a hand on his shoulder, Son, all this is yours. Now you are our son. No one can throw you out of here, David said, smiling. And not only this room, the whole house is yours. But yes, there is a condition with this. Adam was shocked. A condition? David said, laughing. You will have to go to school every day and study well. Promise? Adam's eyes sparkled. He folded his hands and said, Promise, I will study a lot. Papa always said that education is the real wealth. When Amelia heard this, her eyes became moist. She was thinking deep inside that maybe destiny had sent Adam in their life to fill the emptiness of their home. 2 days later, Adam was dressed in new clothes. His shirt was shining, his shoes were a little big, but there was a lot of confidence in his walk. When David took him to school, the other children started staring at Adam. When the teacher asked his name in the class, he proudly said, My name is Adam, and now my father's name is David. David, who was standing at the door of the classroom, became teary-eyed. Gradually, Adam started doing well in studies. But in the beginning, he faced a lot of difficulties. The other children would tease him. He's a street kid. One day, Adam returned home crying, Mommy, everyone makes fun of me. You say that I'm a street kid? Amelia took his face in her hands and said, Son, remember, people's words will be to bring you down. But the real strength is your hard work. You have to answer everyone with your work. David also caressed his head. The day you top the class, everyone will respect you. And those who used to make fun of you will praise you. Adam wiped his tears and said in a firm voice, I will not give up. Years passed by. Adam not only did well in studies, but also excelled in sports. Every teacher in school praised him. A time came when the same children who used to tease him started becoming his friends. David and Amelia's house, which was once silent, now echoed with laughter and jokes. One evening, Amelia looked out of the window and said to David, Do you think we did the right thing? Looking into her eyes, David said, We have not just adopted a child, we have adopted humanity. And there is no greater wealth than humanity. The wheel of time kept turning. Adam had now become a teenager. His confidence, his hard work, and his innocent smile had changed his identity in school. Now, no one called him a street kid. Rather, everyone called him the school star. One day, there was a science competition in school. All the children brought their projects, but the model that Adam made surprised everyone. His project was a cheap and easy way to purify water for poor children. The teacher asked curiously, Adam, why did you choose this project? Adam replied innocently, Because my mother used to say, A true human being is one who can satisfy the hunger and thirst of others. I have gone through hunger. I have also gone through thirst. I want that no other child should suffer this pain. The entire hall echoed with applause. David and Amelia were happy when Adam got a scholarship to New York University. Lakhs of children try, but Adam getting selected was no less than a dream. On the first day, when Adam went on stage in the university auditorium, he introduced himself by saying, I am Adam, and if I am standing here today, it is not only because of my hard work, but also because of those people who, despite seeing me hungry, gave me not just food, but life. The auditorium echoed with applause. Once. Again, years later, Adam completed his studies and entered the field of technology. He started a company that provided both education and food to poor children. His company's first project was Books and food should reach every child. When the journalist asked him in a TV interview, "Adam, where did you get this idea from?" Adam's eyes became moist. "Once I was also hungry. I just asked for food. ... But I got not only food, but a family, a name, and humanity. Today I just want to give back that." Gradually, Adam's identity started becoming not just that of a successful entrepreneur, but that of the face of humanity. The headlines in newspapers would be, "The child who begged for food on the street is today providing food and education to lakhs of children." David and Amelia would watch all this on TV. Tears of joy would flow from their eyes. One night, Adam sat beside them and said, "Mummy, Papa, you didn't just raise me, you taught me to be a human being. If I will ever be called a grown-up, it will be only because of you." David caressed his head and said, "No, son, we just held the hand of humanity. You have become a grown-up yourself." After a few years, Adam opened a foundation in the memory of his parents. The name of that foundation was Amelia and David Hope. The first slogan of that foundation was, "No child will sleep hungry." Millions of people joined Adam, and whenever someone asked him how all this was possible, Adam would just smile and say, "I only asked for food, but I got humanity. And there is no greater wealth than humanity." Friends, this was not just a story, but a reflection of the power of humanity. Innocent child had just asked for food, but he got a family, an identity, and the biggest wealth: love. If this story has touched your heart, then definitely share it with others. Like, share, and comment, what is the real wealth according to you? Money or humanity? And yes, do not forget to subscribe to the channel to hear more such heart-touching stories. Your one small click gives us the power to create more such stories. Because remember, everyone can have money, but only the one who is rich at heart has humanity.